Welcome back to episode 31 of Man Without a Title. This episode is called Stop Being You. See, this is an episode about how culture and the world, the flesh, lies to us every day. So there are these sayings that people say every day, very clever, punchy sayings, but actually they're stunting our growth as humans, as followers of Jesus. And, some of these sayings, be yourself, everyone else already's taken, never change who you are because someone else has a problem with it. Or, don't change so people like you, but be yourself and the right people will love you for being real you, right? Be who you are. Say what you feel because those who mind don't matter. Those who matter don't mind. They're all cute. They're all great. They're catchy, like I said, clever. But we gotta be careful with them sayings or them doctrines, right? Because it can affect our mind, our thoughts, and hinder our life in so many ways. Because if you're changing who you are for people's approval, you're weak. But if you proudly say, this is who I am, you don't like it, too bad. It's even worse. Because now you just made your flaws your identity. Oh, if you don't like me, then, well, other people love me. Take a second and think about that. See, you don't need more people to like you, but you need less of you, less of your flesh. And the worst part is this approval, man, it's a drug, right? See, some of us don't want growth. We want applause, validation, followers, comments. You want someone to say, you're good just the way you are. But in Galatians 1:10, if we're still trying to please men, I would not be a servant of God. See, you can't chase the approval of men and carry the authority of God at the same time. You can't. It's impossible. You have to pick one. In my whole life, that's all I did, right? I did everything to make myself look better in everyone else's eyes. Cooler, had to have, like I said, nicest car, nicest truck, nicest clothes. Always had to be top dog. I wasn't. I wanted the approval of people, but not the presence of God. Think about it this way. If people are clapping for you, make sure heaven isn't clinging. See, be yourself. It's not biblical. You're going to find anywhere in there where it says that, right? Jesus never once said, stay exactly who you are. Be yourself. No, he says, deny yourself. Deny. Not express yourself. Protect. Defend. Oh, that's a good one, too. He says, deny. Do you know what that means? The me that's prideful, crucify it. Break it. The me that's lustful, crucify it. Break it. That arrogant me, same thing. Get rid of it. The me that says, that's just who I am. If you don't like me, then, well, I'll be the person that people actually do like. Or I'll just be me. If you don't like me the way I am, oh well. No. Bible says deny. Deny. That's Bible. Kill it. The version of you that refuses to change is the version of you that will never grow, okay? And some of us are hiding behind them words. Oh, I'm authentic, right? I'm just being real. No, you're being stagnant. If you're not changing, you're decaying. 2 Corinthians 5:17, anybody is in Christ, he is a new creation. Not a slightly better one. No, a new one. So in 5 years, if you haven't changed your temper or your mouth or your pride or your discipline, you're not in Christ. You're not authentic. You're being resistant. Okay? But see, too many of us, including me, I used to protect that version of myself. But that's the version that Jesus died on the cross to replace for us. Now hear me carefully. We don't change so people will admire us. We change because what? Christ lives in us. And when and if Christ lives in you, he's forming himself in you. So you don't have to force influence. You don't have to force attention or chase attention, right? You don't have to beg for people's approval. People will feel and see the difference in you. The peace, conviction, your strength, not physical, spiritual, because it's not you anymore. Galatians 2:20. It is no longer I who live, but Christ who lives in me. That's the goal, right? That's the goal. Not self expression, Christ's expression. So the persona of the world. What do you hear all the time? I don't care what people think about me. Let them think what they want. Oh, I said the same thing, but I was terrified when people thought about me. But I said I don't care what people think. I said that to make people think I don't care. Inside, oh, I cared. That's a good thing. Don't let no one tell you it's not. I tell my dad that all the time. Oh, I don't care what they think. He used to tell me you should. And not in an egotistical way, not in a prideful way, but out of a representational way. No matter what you do, you represent somebody. I've represented the last name Macropolis, and I destroyed it. Now I represent Macropolis still, but I represent the name of Christ. So we better care. But instead of worrying about or caring about what people think about what we have or what people say about us, you care. You care. But now I don't think about that kind of stuff. I think of I care about their souls. I care about if they see me, they should see Christ in me. Right? If they look at me, what are they seeing? Are they seeing the old me? Or even if they don't even know me, if they see me, they have no idea who I am. And they strike up a conversation. What do they see? What do they have as an impression in their mind of me? Are they going to walk away and say, that guy's phony? Or that guy's full of it? Well, man, he's the most humble guy I ever met, man. He's such a good guy, man. He told me about Christ, or, he authentic. Now, I'm not saying that you should put a front on or act the part, because that's still your flesh. when you truly have Christ in you, and the Holy Spirit is part of you, it's not a front or an act anymore. It's natural. Okay, you just are that. Okay, you don't have to try or make up stuff or anything like that. If you go to my Facebook and which I didn't delete anything because I wanted to be honest, but you go to my Facebook or my TikTok, wherever you're watching this, and look at my older videos. They weren't bad, but they were still, some of them were wrong. The old me, the new me, okay? And I have a long way to go yet. I'm not even beginning my journey, but I dove right in. I had the foundation. I knew the Bible. Grew up in church. I had a father who I couldn't ask for a better example. I had a stepmother who, by the grace of God, she was placed in my life to where if it wasn't for her, I don't know where I would be. I mean, thanks to her, I had a woman who was able to step into the role of mother, and she didn't do it half in, half out. She did it all in, while she still had 3 kids of her own and took on 7 who weren't hers. So between my dad and her, I have a good foundation. But still, it was me being me, and I fought it all my life. Till just a couple months back, I finally leave. I finally gave all of me over to Christ. But, like I was saying, having them examples at home of a godly stepmother and a godly father, and a father who never wavered, a stepmom, a partner to my father, who, no matter what, she always treated me like a son. And I will forever be indebted to the sacrifices that she made for me. Again, I'm speaking just for me. None of my other siblings, just me. I appreciate her more than anything. I appreciate my dad more than anything. I appreciate the examples that they both made in their life that had an impact in my life. Funny story, I was, I don't know, 16, 17, and me and my stepbrother were planning a party, and this was right around the first cell phone I think I had. Well, cell phones just come out, so it might have been earlier, 16 maybe, ish. And my brother, we found someone to buy us some alcohol for the party. Well, my stepbrother went and met the guy, and he had it. Well, he called me from his new cell phone in the car. I picked up on the hospital in the first floor or the second floor. I didn't hear, but my stepmom picked up. Now, my brother's telling me, hey, man, I got the stuff on my way. We have a good party. We'll have fun, you know. Sweet, you know. Well, it didn't last long. Soon as my stepbrother walked in the door, she was waiting. She was there. I come up the steps from the basement. He comes in the front door, and boom, there she was. Well, let's just say we got it. She took all the alcohol, dumped it down the drain, took us up. She's dealt with alcoholism, so she knows. Not herself, but people she knew. She's dealt with it. She knew the dangers of that, right? And she loved me enough to shake me up. She literally grabbed a hold of me and shook me and said, what are you doing? That's the foundations that a lot of people don't have. But I was lucky enough to have it. But yet I still denied him. Kept drinking. Like, I kept that whole life up. But again, that was in my head. That was a seed that was planted. And I never forgot it. But again, when you change and you accept Christ, or you are a believer, a follower of Christ, you should not want to be your old self. All them sayings I said in the beginning, that should not be in your vocabulary anymore. Because most of them saying, what they're saying is, too prideful, I'm good enough the way I am, you're stagnant. It's all negative, it's all evil. But we get comfort for them sayings. I did. Because why? Well, it made me feel comfortable because I didn't really want the true feelings of myself to be revealed, right? So it made me feel good. And that's another problem in this world right now is everything's done by making us feel good. All decisions are made on how to make us feel. Break your flesh. It's not going to feel good. But the results will be everlasting happiness, everlasting grace, everlasting joy. So the world says, oh, just be yourself, right? No, what's Jesus say? Die to yourself. And then the best version of you isn't you. It's the one that defends you. It's the one you surrender to. Stop trying to be liked. Stop trying to be everybody's favorite or the applause. Start trying to be holy. Because the right people won't just like you. They'll encounter Christ through you. So all them sayings I said in the beginning, they're not a part of my vocabulary anymore. Yeah, I still care, obviously, to what people think, because I don't want people to see me anymore as that person. I want them to see me. I have to maintain my walk with Christ. I have to maintain my holiness. I have to maintain my broken flesh that I broke, because if I let that get back together and rise back up, you do more damage in one conversation and be right back to where I used to be. Stay in the Word. Lead, lead, lead. Break your flesh and understand. Don't change who you are for what other people think. Or don't stay who you are because they'll like me if I don't care. They'll like me anyway. No. Let Christ come into you. He'll change you. You shouldn't be you anymore if Christ is in you. Deny yourself. Let Him have you. Thank you guys for watching episode 31. God bless you. Have a great evening. Thank you so much.